So first of all, they want us to define an array boundary. So the term array boundary is a perimeter that it consists of no more than 1 foot from the array in all those directions. So anything that is inside is considered the array boundary. And what's important, because for the most common scenarios, what the NC requirement is that everything that is inside that array, it has to have that rapid shutdown requirement. And once it is initiated, it has to be no more than 80 volts within 30 seconds. It means like I need to have an activation method to initiate that rapid shutdown. And once I do it, usually it's the PVHCS disconnects. I'm saying usually, in a grid tight system, no batteries. And once you activate that AC disconnect, it will trigger the rapid shutdown. And what's going to happen that everything that is inside that boundary will not exceed 80 volts. And everything outside that boundary cannot exceed 30 volts. So that's going to be my requirements. If we want to write it down here. And that applies also for microinverters. So before we jump to that, what they mentioned there is, okay, anything inside the array boundary shall comply with one of the following. So the first one, I'm not going to cover it. This is something practically new, even though it was implemented in the cycle of 2020. But many jurisdictions here in the United States are right now, and they're always 3 years behind any code cycles. But basically what it means is it allows me to have a voltage greater than 80 volts inside the array, as long as I can comply with certain requirements from them. And it has to be listed. So basically what it means is, okay, as long as it's within that array boundary, or that array boundary defined by the listing, it can be greater than 80 volts, but anything outside cannot. So this is one way to also mitigate electric hazard, because once the fire department is on the roof, at least they know that, hey, the system is a PV hazard control. It means that, hey, we don't deal with anything on the solar panels or anything closer to the solar panels, because we know that voltage is greater than 80 volts. And basically also helps to reduce the amount of electronics that you're going to need to have on the roof, because once you start installing solar panels on a roof of a house, now you need to comply with rapid shutdowns. It means you need to install a rapid shutdown devices on the roof. So more electronics on the roof in this harsh environment, it means that the rate of failure is going to be greater. So that's what the PV hazard control is. It's just limit the amount of electronics that I can install on the roof, as long as I can follow what the manufacturer requirements are. I'm going to have one of those white papers in the document reference for you to review it. And if you want to know a little bit more, you're always free to reach out to me or talk to Google about it.